Hoping to start a successful career in competitive canoeing, the streets of Soweto would hardly be the ideal place to do it, but no one ever told that to Siseko Ntondini, as Junior Steinbank reports.
On almost any given weekday afternoon, one can find canoers paddling the waters of Emerentia Dam in Johannesburg. Even this small family of locals know to expect them in the summer months. But today the afternoon rush includes young Siseko Ntondini and a host of others competing in the official time trials for the 2016 Duzi Canoe Marathon.
I started canoeing as like a hobby, something like took me out from the street. And when time goes on, I realized that some black guys who were doing well in canoeing.
In early October, Siseko became the first black paddler to earn a podium finish at an event in the Eastern Cape known as the Fish, one of the country's biggest canoe races.
He also, just 2 weeks before the Fish River, he defended his championship in the Lowveld Croc in Mpumalanga, of which is also like an SA event, and he has won it twice in a row.
He's certainly the best in Gauteng by a mile, and on his way to being one of the best, if not the best in the country. Give him a few years.
Siseko got his start in canoeing thanks to the Soweto Canoe and Recreation Club, which was founded by Brad Fisher.
We went into Soweto, stumbled upon Power Park where there was a pool, spoke to the swimming coach about working with us to find kids that were keen on potentially once they could swim canoeing, and we started the club back in 2003.
We've got a group of guys, the senior guys, who has finished their matric, and they are now staying, we call it SCARC Oct. It's just the guys who stay there. There's about 9 of them, and they train at Emerentia every day. They only get Monday off. Those are the guys who are like the elite guys of the club.
And 22-year-old Siseko is one of those elite paddlers who owes his life to the Soweto club.
They helped me to improve my skills, my knowledge, the attitude, the motivation. I'm so happy to be in this club. Without them, I'll be in the street in Soweto.
Now, I would have loved to have given Siseko a run for his money today, but as you can tell, I left most of my gear back at home. Although it is reassuring to know that if I really was serious about a life on the water, initiatives like the Soweto Canoe and Recreation Club mean I wouldn't have to be from the countryside in order to do it. Junior Steinbank in Johannesburg.
Right, I'm back with more sport a little later, but first, Newsnight weather.
Come rain or shine, we are proud to be with you on your journey. Engen, with us, you are number one.
It's been a cloudy and cool end to the work week over the southern part of South Africa with some light rainfall. You'll see a few cumulus clouds forming throughout the Northern Cape, with 1 or 2 thunderstorms forming over the eastern part of Limpopo on Friday afternoon. It'll be another cloudy day with the possibility of rainfall over the southern part of South Africa, with that weather also spreading through to the Eastern Cape. We're forecasting rain along the east coast with thunderstorms over the interior part of KwaZulu-Natal. It'll be a dry day for the rest of South Africa, with some cloud overhead and another hot day in the forecast. Windy conditions are expected over the central interior with a warning for a high fire danger rating. A fresh southerly breeze is forecast for Cape Town with a moderate southerly onshore flow along the east coast. Richards Bay tops 28, 25 for Durban and Pietermaritzburg with the possibility of rainfall. Sizzling hot over the northwestern part of the province with isolated thundershowers expected. We're expecting overcast weather and the possibility of rainfall for Mthatha and Bishu, as well as along the eastern Cape coast, all at around 20 degrees. And you'll see showers throughout the Eastern Cape, 19 for George and Mossel Bay with another overcast day and the possibility of rainfall. Rain is also forecast for much of the Western Cape on Saturday, mostly cloudy and dry though for Cape Town and Longabon, both at 20 degrees. A cooler day for Springbok at 24 with a mostly sunny and dry forecast. Uppington can also expect a cooler day, but things still remain hot at 34, 37 degrees and partly cloudy for Kimberley. Windy conditions are expected over the central part of South Africa. 35 degrees for Bloemfontein and highs in the low 30s over the eastern part of the Free State. Partly cloudy and dry as we head towards the northwest, 36 for Mahikeng and Rustenburg. You'll see a sizzling hot day throughout Limpopo with mostly sunny conditions over the western and central parts. Phalaborwa at 41 degrees. Scorching hot for Skukuza at 40 degrees, 35 for Bombela. You'll see highs in the low 30s for the Mpumalanga Highveld with partly cloudy and dry weather. Gauteng also remains dry with Johannesburg and Soweto at 33 degrees and Pretoria at a toasty